Hey, yeah. Hey, it's Diana, the Midnight Rose. I have some new toys, as you can see. I have my camera, but I'm still figuring out. I have it mounted good, but this is the table by me, so it's sideways. So I've got to figure that out later. But I'm going to test things out. Although Zoom has fucked everything up, Zoom sucks. It has changed everything since I've been here, all these stupid settings and BS. But anyway, so let's get clear here. I have done my LBRP, Lesser Banishing Ritual, Pentagram Ritual, cleared the space. And I have this set so that Pentacles. Oh, I have this set wrong. This is the first house because I'm going by the Thema Mundi. So uh, everything is wrong. So we're just going to disregard houses for today and look at signs until I figure that out. Or I might even mark the board. The Thema Mundi is considered the birth chart of the world. So that's kind of the baseline we go through in astrology. But anyway, let's clear the space. I've cleared the space with the ritual. Let's do a reading. We're going to start with the main card, a round card, to go into this little thing I have here. So obviously this will not resonate with every single person. Ah, Queen of Swords. Well, that's an interesting way to start things. This is someone who is very intellectual, comes across a little cold, a little too intellectual. And the way I'm looking at it, actually, you know, the way I'm looking at it, it's pointing to between the 10th, ninth, and the 10th house. So this is somebody probably very career oriented, um, a little too career oriented. And they need to find that balance between 9 and 10, between spiritual, which is an education, philosophy, which is the ninth, and their career. So, but the swords in this case are close to the mutable sign. Somebody's going back and forth. Am I spiritual? Am I career driven? Am I spiritual? Am I career driven? And this is something that with the Queen of Swords, there are things that you're good at, the intellectual tough decisions, but the spiritual side may be a little lacking. So let's get some clarification cards. And as always, well, not always, I'll use other decks in the future. I have some really cool ones on the way. But for today, we're going to use Tarot of Mystical Moments for the clarification, which is what I have been using. What's going on? And I'm going to start doing frequent readings because, once I get this set up, figured out, and refined, I can just get out of bed and do my ritual and do a reading. So we're going to put that off to the side to make room for the cards. We're going to take 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Did that show up? Yeah. That's how we're doing it today. Let's do this. Okay. A little bit more. Yeah, that'll work for today. 5 of Wands. Wow, this is this is very very Queen of Swords, especially the 10th energy in spades. Okay. I'm getting the message clearly here. Oh boy. This is somebody who is very strategic, very strategic. Ah, ah. Now I've got it right with the camera. Okay. Very strategic. 8, 5 of Wands. You love to do battle. You love to win. You love to show them you're the boss. And 3 of Pentacles. Lots of work. You're a workaholic. This is for the workaholics that are doing it. Holy moly. And then there's the 8 of Cups. I'm sure this has brought you many rewards to take this approach. But it's time to walk away, possibly. That doesn't mean go in and quit your job right this second, but it's time to make a pivot. It's time to make a pivot into something that nurtures you spiritually, some kind of philosophy or education, something you've always been interested in, but probably didn't pursue because you were so hell bent on this corporate thing. And how's that working out for you? I think that there's a lot of emotion that you really try not to show when you're at work. The 10th house, got Cancer, Cups, Moon. But I don't think you're showing that side of yourself. You're actually working very hard not to show that side of yourself. And I understand how this is. Because I used to do the whole purple world thing. And especially if you're in a male dominated, presuming you're a woman watching this, which most probably will be, you feel that pressure to show that you're just as tough as the guys. You may be tougher than the guys. And women often do go overboard. When I worked in healthcare, the women doctors were the worst because they were going overboard to show the other doctors and men they could be just as tough as the nurses. So, having said that, this is clearly what I'm seeing here. You've been manipulative, maybe a little manipulative, moving pieces around the board. It's a game, but it's not fulfilling. It's not rewarding. It's not nurturing you as a person. And Venus in the 4th. Ooh, in Cancer. Wow. And right now, Venus got exalted yet? I think it has, or it's about to. So when Venus goes into Pisces, she'll be exalted. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean love per se, romantic love sometimes, but it can also be creative and artistic pursuits, music, dancing, the arts. This is what is going to counterbalance that Cancer in the 10th. Something at home, working at home, doing something you love that's creative, something artistic that feeds your soul. Oh boy, that's like flashing neon. It's so strong, the message there. Yeah. So with all the stuff going on collectively, because we have a lot of big shifts, it's been a real shit show collectively. We all know this. People are starting to reevaluate things, and whoever this is for, the collective in particular, you've been really gung-ho on the whole corporate thing, being cold, business person, workaholic. That's not fulfilling you. Yes, it's great money. Oh God, can I relate to this? When I worked as a travel nurse, God, I was making good money. I was pulling down, and this is a few years ago, 2,000 a week. But it wasn't worth it because there was so much stress. I was treated so poorly, even though I was there to help them. But people were resentful. Well, you make more money than me. Well, this or that, yeah. And I'm living in a hotel room with no life to help you guys out. So anyway, I can relate to this. And I didn't make the choice to shift. I was forced to. And there's a lesson in that also. When life keeps trying to tell you that you need to make a shift, listen. Because if you don't listen, it will force you to. And that's what happened to me. I was miserable. I was living in hotel rooms, digging my grave with my teeth, as we say, because I am a stress eater. I had so much stress. And lo and behold, in 2020, I had a stroke where I became disabled, and life forced me to stop doing what I was doing. The signs have been there for years. I mean, I'm almost 60 years old. And I ignored them. Don't ignore them. This is like telling you, hey, this isn't for you. This isn't your right path. Start. That doesn't mean you have to make the changes overnight. Start making the changes now. Life will help you make the changes. You don't have to do it overnight. It's one step at a time. If you're a frustrated graphic designer, set up the website, start making things in your spare time, start moving towards that goal. That's the idea, not just an overnight shift. Whatever it is, maybe you love music and play the piano. I don't know. Start practicing, taking lessons again. Maybe you haven't done it for years. Start doing things also. And in doing that, you're feeding your soul. And now more than ever, we need to be doing that. This world is a mess. And I know it's affected me in December or January. I spent about 2 or 3 weeks whenever all the crap was going on with Greenland and all that. I mean, I'm living in Albania now, but it still touches me. I still can't get over it. But I know I didn't even want to get out of bed. I just wanted to lay on the couch and watch YouTube all day and watch this shit show. That's not the answer. And I knew that intellectually. You've got to feed your soul. Find what you love and feed your soul. That's how you overcome this. Depending on where you're at, there may be other things you need to do too. That's fine. But you need to start making the shift. Not so cold, career-oriented, business suit. More tie-dye, airy-fairy hippie, artistic, intuitive, maybe not that extreme. But creativity can be defined in a lot of ways. Projects that you care about can be defined in a lot of ways. Let's grab another. Do I have another deck handy? I've been rearranging everything, but I feel like I need more cards for clarification. And I want to go to another deck so I have the full range of cards available. Here's one that I haven't pulled out for a long time. I love this deck. It's dark that it is. You, I can see the edges are worn. I'm trying to remember the name of this. It escapes me. But Deviant Moon, that's what I'm looking for. That's the name I'm looking for. So I'm going to cut the cards. I'm not very good at shuffling. And little tiny hands. Well, little tiny fat hands. But okay. We need to need a little clarification. Oh, wow. The Fool. Yeah, that's some clarification. Something from your childhood. Getting back in touch with that whole childhood thing when you felt like anything was possible and taking the chance, stepping off the cliff, starting the journey. There's a whole new journey here for you that's waiting, but you have to make the leap. When you think about the traditional rider Waite deck, you see the fool, setting out on a journey with the little dog at his heels, about to step off a cliff, quite literally. That's where you're at. It's where you're at to step off the cliff and start the journey, but you're not there yet. And that's what you need to start working towards. Something that makes you feel alive, that relieves that depression of watching the news, the daily events. So there's some things we just can't control, but there's some things that we can. And this is definitely something you can control, something you should control. It's time to take that leap, to start moving towards that goal. Now, for some people, you may be able to do it quickly, but for those that are independent and wealthy, you need to go slowly. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think, is there a good yes no question for this? I also have a new yes no column. No. And yes. Okay. So this is much clearer than tarot cards. Is this something that you used to love to do as a child? We'll just drop that and said no. So maybe something a little more recent. A new passion that you've discovered recently. But you're approaching it from a childlike perspective. It makes you feel like a child again. This is something that has probably come into your life recently. So this is saying, go, 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 go. Pursue this. This is the thing you're meant to do. Do it. And with that, I think that's a pretty clear message. Actually, I think that kind of applies to me too, in some ways. But anyway, I hope this resonated with you. If it didn't, discard it and subscribe. I will be starting to do a lot more readings. I'm going to start working in a little more astrology probably too. So, all right. Well, I hope things go well for you. Pursue your dreams and what you love. That's the message. Take care, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.